That shooting is one of many high-profile cases recorded by a bystander within the past few years. But how close is too close or too dangerous for those aiming their lens at confrontations between law enforcement and citizens?
A bill in Texas would make it illegal to record law enforcement officers from a certain distance. Kara Dixon is investigating. She joins us live from the Beaumont Police Department to explain how the bill would work. Kara?
Greg and Sheldra, a Dallas County representative, filed a House bill that would make it illegal to interfere with a peace officer while they're performing their duty. That would include recording, filming, or photographing officers, now a booming trend on social media. It's the cell phone video that's gone viral. Footage taken on the streets of North Charleston, South Carolina. A bystander captured the images of an officer shooting a man several times in the back while the man was running away from him.
The good thing about the civilians filming or videoing is the different angles that in many cases they can get a broader angle to where it shows more of what actually happened.
Dr. Raymond Shearer is a criminal justice professor at Lamar University. Shearer worked as a police officer for 27 years. He says videos that capture law enforcement officers in violent situations where they may have to use force are beneficial.
More often than not, 99.9% of the time, the officers are in the right and the video confirms it. If it is that time where the officer is wrong, that needs to come to light.
A House bill filed in the Texas legislature would restrict how close a civilian can record an officer on duty. The bill's author says the goal, to stop people from interfering.
There needs to be a safety zone for that officer and for the public also, and certainly the person videoing shouldn't put themselves in danger.
House Bill 2918 would not allow recording a peace officer within 25 feet. If their weapon is drawn, it's 100 feet. Beaumont police say they don't have a problem with people using recording devices, as long as it doesn't interfere or make it even more dangerous for all those involved in the situation.
It's one thing to passively sit on the side and record. It's quite another thing to be very active about it, get very close, get involved, and insert yourself into the stop. And that's never a good idea, because our job is to keep everybody safe, including you.
Sergeant Rob Flores says police often respond to dangerous situations. He says recording an officer shouldn't make things worse.
We know that there's a camera everywhere. We have cameras. We're advocates of cameras.
Many Beaumont police cars already have cameras and microphones inside the units. Shearer says while those help with investigations, civilian recordings can shed a different light on the subject.
The problem with the body cameras and a lot of times with the officers in-car cameras is the event that is in question happens just out of view of the camera. And so sometimes the camera doesn't catch everything.
If the legislature passes the bill, Sergeant Flores says Beaumont Police will still go on like they always have.
Transparency is always a good thing, and we're definitely in support of transparency in those type of incidents. I think the major concern we would have with recording is we want to make sure that when you're recording officers that you keep a distance and not become involved in the stop.
Sergeant Flores wants people to know if they do use their cell phone to record police activity, it can be subpoenaed and everything on it is fair game for attorneys to look at. The House committee is now studying the bill. Live in Beaumont, Kara Dixon, Fox 4 News.
Thank you, Kara.